Today, well, almost, in just about 1 hour, maybe just a tiny bit more than 1 hour, will mark 26 years to the day that I left Wall Street to start my own firm called Pristine Capital Management. I remember it like it was yesterday. Many people have grown to know my first firm that I formed as Pristine or Pristine.com, right? But it started out, its life, its official corporate name, I named it Pristine Capital Management. And my idea initially was that I was going to take on money. I was going to take in money, thus capital management. I was going to manage money. Pristine Capital Management was going to become one of the many hedge funds that were starting at that particular time. I had grown a reputation on Wall Street. I was speaking all over the street at the time. Trading organizations would call me in to address their traders or what have you. This is while I was trading at a firm. And then I decided that I was making such a huge connection with people, and my ideas, my trading ideas, were in such huge demand at the time. Why am I doing this for someone else? I want to do it for myself. So I branched out. It was scary at the time because it wasn't like I was being paid an enormous amount of money to be a professional trader. I wasn't. I got my bonuses here and there, but they were nowhere close to what I was generating for the firm, right? So it was scary to make that move. And I did, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. Pristine Capital Management became Pristine.com in late 1995. Going into 1996, when most people didn't even know what the internet was. There was a website called WSO.com, WallStreetOnline.com, who contacted me and said, Oliver, I've been following your newsletter called The Pristine Day Trader for quite some time. It's amazing. I want to explain to you about my vision that the internet's going to take over the financial space. And I was like, what's the internet? And so this individual explained to me at WSO.com that I'm putting together a supermarket website called Wall Street Online, WSO.com. I want you to be stocks. I'm getting someone else to be bonds. I'm getting someone else to be futures. I'm getting someone else to be options. I'm getting someone else. And to make a long story short, I became the options component of WSO. But all the people that signed up for this supermarket website, like over 90% wanted my newsletter. They did not want the bond newsletter. They did not want any other newsletter. They just wanted the Pristine Day Trader. So I became such a dominant force that I said, look, why don't you just work for me? 90+% of your revenue is coming from the sale of my institutional newsletter called the Pristine Day Trader. Why don't you just work for me? And that's how Pristine.com came into existence. We dropped the WSO.com, and our entire internet presence became Pristine.com, and the rest was history. Pristine became internationally known. I had over 4 million people following us. There were hundreds of thousands of subscribers to the Pristine Day Trader. From the Pristine Day Trader, people wanted to learn more. So I began to teach institutional traders who were subscribers to the newsletter at that particular time. I charged $25,000 a person for 1 week. I kept classes to 10 people for 10 years. I did this, right? Then I began teaching regular individuals when the advent of the internet exploded online trading. Then it moved from an institutionally dominated world to more participants being regular people. So I revised my trainings for regular people, and then those regular people said, Oliver, where should we trade? And then I formed my own brokerage firm to cater to my students and traders who wanted a place to trade. And so then I became the second largest direct access brokerage firm in the United States. So I was the #1 educational firm in the United States for training traders, then became the second, not the first, largest direct access trading firm in the brokerage firm in the United States. And just the rest was history. And over a 12-year period, I grew that firm into an international powerhouse that made history in the space of trading. Some of you know my ex-partner, who I brought on to Pristine about a year after I formed it. I never forget the day he walked into my basement apartment in the Bronx, New York. I told him, it's hot down here in the basement, so bring a fan. And he brought a fan, a clip-on fan, clipped it to the lamp that we had next to the desk, and that clip-on fan kept us cool for a while. But it was interesting times, and so every time this time of year comes around, I get a little nostalgic. And of course, most people will be talking about September 11th and the tragedy that happened with the Twin Towers in New York tomorrow. And I'll be thinking about that as well, because that had a huge impact on me and my life as well. But I'll also be thinking about the start of my independent professional life, which occurred on that day as well, September 11th, 1994, 26 years ago. I don't know if that makes me a dinosaur, but it certainly makes me one of the pioneers in this space. And now I'm here for you. How crazy is that? How crazy is that?